Alright, what's going on, guys? SpitefulHopes back again. And while my voice is somewhat here, I'm just gonna quickly go over who I use for Tower of Ordeals. Um I recorded the videos and the gameplay and stuff, but honestly my voice was shot. So I'll quickly go over everything, and yeah, so let's start with Mashiro. 30 SP. I do have her link slotted, but I didn't even really use her link slots that much. She clears it just fine. The last ditch survival helps out with this Shinji because he does have full screen, and his special's full screen too. So you have to just be careful with that. You can also time it with her boost, where she has a little bit more defense. All right, going into Toshiro. Toshiro, I use spiritual pressure 30 across the board. You can probably get away with less. Like, he honestly, like, he clears through this relatively easily. I use full strong attack recharge and then last ditch survival. Uh, you could actually use a lot of people for this one. Excuse me. I use Mind Okiora, I've used Baragon, and then I've used Christmas Halibel so that I can unlock those other two. And she clears this just fine. I didn't really need all this stamina. I pretty much just did it for the stamina. As long as you dodge in and out, she has a very linear special if I remember correctly, and it's not full screen, so just you're gonna like cheese that out quite easily actually. As you can see here, I also have like strong attack recharge, and then I have the hybrid links just for a little bit more damage. I don't have link slots on her at all, so that helped out quite a bit. Floor 4, I use Mind Jushiro. Mind Jushiro. Who else makes do with this? It's like, you need a Hollow Killer. Yeah, so you need like a Hollow Killer. Some people used Mind Shinji here too. My recommendation is to stay by these disabling traps. Those disabling traps will come back every like 30 seconds, I believe. So you could possibly time it a little easier if you like think of it like that. The way that I thought about it was when I unlock the disabling trap, I'll wait like 2 seconds, pop off my third strong attack, and then when it's about to come back, like I'll have it available. As soon as like the strong attack's available again, like the disabling trap's about to come back. So I pop that off, and then I get back to the disabling trap while the enemies are down. And that's pretty much my strategy for that. So my Jushiro, I use spiritual pressure 30 across the board. You don't really need stamina. Like I said, I mean, most of these things I've cleared relatively with ease. So last ditch, just for survivability. All right, going into floor 5. Sorry, half dying here. Now, you could use Bankai Rukia, Yoruichi. I've seen people actually use characters to burn the bosses here, which honestly, bro, I made life easy on myself. I can't even front. I made life so easy on myself with the Ichigo. So like, it is what it is, bro. Full strong attack recharge. My recommendation is if you don't have any of these, I would highly recommend trying to get like the burn off, trying to get poison off. If you get a character that can push back, like Uryu is a perfect character. Like if you get dupes of Uryu, I highly recommend that you actually hold on to them. Me personally, I hold on to all my dupes, and honestly, for something like Tower of Ordeals, if I had like two Baragons, which I actually have two Baragons, I'm actually gonna build up a Baragon just so that I could use him in Tower of Ordeals again, so that I don't have to use this Halibel. So my recommendations is if you have a character that's good for multiple stages, keep those dupes because I swear they come in handy, bro. They really do. This one I actually picked Ginjo. You could use Veruca as well. There's no killer advantage here, so at the very least, you can just use pretty much any tech human, and you should be fine because you get all the multipliers for it. So like Veruca, I wouldn't use that. Chad. This Uryu, I think he has Flurry when he's resurrected, so he could be good as well. And then Ginjo. I think Ginjo is obviously the best candidate for this just because of the Arankar killer. All right, going into this one now. This one I use Mind Shinji. I use Speed Shinji, excuse me. Range resistance is kind of annoying. Pretty much any Soul Reaper killer with Hollow affiliation should be okay here. I did hear some people use Tech Hogyoku Aizen for this stage, which keep in mind that he gets the killer advantage of plus times 5, so his killer is Soul Reaper times 100, which is good. So you get an extra 2 times the damage, and then the Hall affiliation is times 3 damage. And obviously you're going to want to use a melee character because range resistance. So just keep that in mind. You get more damage for using a hollow, so keep that on your mind as well. Like I said, you could also just use characters with burn or poison. So Soifon would even work here if you really wanted to use her. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Going into this one, I just used Kaizen. He should be available to almost everybody. He performed this perfectly fine. He has a spot killer. He has the Hall affiliation. He's a heart unit. If you don't have the heart affiliation, at the very least, you'll get the 40% of spotter boost, and then you'll have the Hall affiliation. So pretty much any Kaizen should be able to clear this. Obviously, with some difficulty. I was a little slut and used Last Ditch Survival. Just so that I didn't have to worry about proccing Weakening, even though he does have a Weakening special with Bombardment, which is really good. Going into this one, I did use Halloween Soifon. Rancor Killer, Killer Effect times 2 damage pretty much, and then Soul Reaper Affiliation times 3. Pretty much I used Last Ditch as well. I was being a little slut here, to be honest. I can't even front. Going into this one I use Mind Okiora. You could also use Mind Tsukishima. He's probably the ideal candidate for this floor. But Mind Okiora did just fine. Baragon could probably do just fine as well. Pretty much any mind unit that actually deals really good damage, they should perform admirably here, to be honest. Like, obviously, like I said, Mind Tsukishima is probably ideal. And that being said, I also have him at 10 10 5. So yeah, keep that in your notes as well. I will say that I did have trouble with Okiora even with the link slots. All right, so this stage is ideal for a spot affiliation only. This is ideal for actually the new Halloween Halibel. And like Noitora, honestly, he cleared it just fine with the. I mean, I did use a gold chappy, but you could replace that with like a hollow bait. He does have a enhanced vortex, which definitely helps out quite a bit. I went full NAD. You could probably go full DR. I literally cleared this within like a minute and a half, without really even trying. So my recommendation is definitely, if you use him, just go with full NAD or go with DR if you don't like. Obviously, I'm not saying everyone's gonna have a gold chappy, but like, you can probably just get away with full attack percent and then full NAD and then just go with it. Last Ditch Survival for survivability. His special has weakened defense on it, and most people should have Noitora by now if you've played the game for over a year now. All right, floor 12. I actually went with Yamamoto. Yamamoto, you do need to proc poison. Excuse me. You need to proc his burn to really get through the stage with Yamamoto. I can't even front. This stage is no affiliation tech. I personally use Grimjaw for this stage, and then I was like trying to find out alternate paths. Alternate paths. What the fuck is this, Detroit? And yeah, I mean, I use Tech Yamamoto. Obviously, I use the gold chappy just because like I was being lazy. But he performed just fine. If you go with full DR, like I said, most of the damage needs to be your burn. You could probably go with like full stamina build and then go with like full strong attack recharge, just so that you actually have more hits to all your attacks, and then you have the invincibility frame, so that could be helpful for you. All right, going into this one, I can't even front. I use Uwatch, and yeah, I have him link slotted too. I use Last Ditch for survivability. He did this stage just fine. I hear a lot of people having trouble with this stage, so I apologize. I didn't really try anybody else. Floor 14, I used Tag Team Ichigo. He actually performed incredibly well. Spiritual Pressure 30 across the board. I do have him link slotted, and I did use Strong Attack Recharge links. With the Soul Reaper Killer, he did just fine. Spot Affiliation damage times 2. This stage is actually perfect for Halibel. the Power Halibel. All right, floor 15. Pretty much you can get away with using any character with burn and poison. I've seen people use Soifon. Soifon's a little tricky because the good thing about Uryu is you can actually push your enemy back with the burn, so that way you can actually force them across the map so that they use their special and actually waste their special. My recommendation is prepare to eat stuff from Jackie, I would say use your special for Tsukishima or Moe just because they have full screen specials. But Jackie's relatively easy, so you can pretty much relax during her stage. Like she's not going to deal too much damage, and she's a bitch, so that is what it is. All right, this one I use Soifon. Um, this is probably a boss stage. Oh, this isn't a boss stage. Well then, all right. Oh, that's why. Mine attribute damage and captain affiliation. I don't have Banken. I don't have any good mind or Rancor killers except for no, I don't have any good. Yeah, no, I use Soifon, but like a Banken easily shreds this stage, honestly, and yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. The normal attack disabling traps, guys, keep in mind that you can just like walk up to them, just use a strong attack near them, you'll probably break the statue. All right, going into floor 17. Unohana just shreds this. If you don't have Unohana, you could probably get away with Kaname, the Heart Kaname. Like he probably performs this stage just fine. And on top of that, you could probably use Bankai Ichigo as well. But yeah, for me, I'm just like, you know what, Unohana, let's just get it in, and then be out. For this stage, killer effect, and then Hall affiliation. Like I said, keep in mind that the killer effect times 5 simply means the killer effect. So Soul Reaper plus 100% damage instead of 20%. So it's effectively double your damage. Hollow affiliation will deal significantly more damage. So if you have like a hollow with like Soul Reaper killer, obviously that'll be ideal. But if you could probably just run this with any hollow unit with some difficulty. I shredded this with Aizen. I can't even front. Also, if you use Aizen, you could also proc. You could also proc like the insta kill mechanic on the boss. Something like that could actually help if you want to run like say Unohana if she's actually able to get through this, or if you actually run any like Soul Reaper killer with like insta kill, like that should work too. There's not many characters with insta kill, but I mean it's a thought. I mean, like I'm hoping that even if you don't have these characters, you get an idea or general idea of like who else you could use. All right, so Veruca stage is like easily Veruca stage. A killer effect times 3. So it's only like plus 60% damage instead of 20 for the no affiliation killer. So getting a heart human honestly does just fine here. You could probably use Orihime, Ryukin, or Kaname. No, not Kaname. Or Uryu, who are currently on the banner right now. So if you pull any of those, you shouldn't have too much trouble in floor 19. Keep in mind that this is under the assumption that you actually have good accessories, guys. Because if you don't have good accessories, you're gonna have trouble, like a lot of trouble, regardless. Like lay your foundation, grind up. You know what I'm saying? Like I say it in all my videos. Grind on, catch me up, hit me up, stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, floor 20. Urahara actually posted a video with his mind Shinji. I'm a basic bitch, and I'm so thankful that I pulled that Aizen, cause whoo, snap, bro. Nah, it is what it, yeah, dude. Floor 20 is probably like the stage that everyone's like having trouble with, like honestly. This stage I actually unlocked Baragon with Christmas Halibut on floor 3 just to use him. Excuse me, like half dead. Oh man, I'm like really dying. Just pretty much basic bitch build. You know what I'm saying? Strong attack, recharge. He has a lot of weakening, so he does just fine here. Probably use you could probably use Okiori here as well. All right. Now this stage is literally perfect for Okiura. He's the only no affiliation killer. I'm trying to think of no affiliation killers. He's the only no affiliation killer. Either way, keep in mind that the killer effect times 5 and the Rancor affiliation is the same damage multiplier, honestly, as long as you have the killer advantage. So just keep that in mind as well. But Okiura also has the attribute advantage, which definitely helps him out. Okay, all right. Floor 23, basic Uri. I use basic bitch Ichigo, you know what I'm saying? You could get away with Ganryu. I've seen some people have trouble with Ganryu, but I have seen people clear with Ganryu just fine. Yeah, the no affiliation damage times 3 speed attribute damage. So like if you have like a no affiliation character with Soul Reaper Killer, is that a thing? No affiliation character with Soul Reaper Killer. Yeah, so like honestly, Rukia will probably be able to clear this stage with some difficulty, but yeah, I mean, there's options, bro. There's options. All right, floor 24. People were wondering why the hell I use Rukia. I don't have any good captain. I don't have any real like Soul Reaper or Rankar killers. Obviously, you don't want to use a captain, but still, like Soul Reaper or Rankar killers, like I use Bankai Rukia simply because I don't have, if I remember correctly, I don't have attribute advantage. Oh yeah, I mean I did have attribute advantage if I use her, but honestly, Rukia has freeze, so she has more of a chance of actually protecting my ass because I'm trash. And yeah, like I mean, it worked out. The strong attack disabling traps are really annoying. What I like to do is immediately flash step to the disabling trap, dodge the shooting enemies, and then quickly nad. I use two nad hits, flash step, and then I do a full nad string, and then flash step away. That's usually enough to actually destroy whatever statue is there. After that, just try to like get ready to pop off those strong attacks and just be ready and keep keep an open mind about when that when the strong attack trap comes back, because that thing is really irritating. Now, Tower of Ordeal floor 25, I did pull. Some people were wondering. What's funny is Tor was asking, is like, he said, "Why'd you go back in for Chad? You already had like everything." And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, those are summons from like back in the day. Like the summoning video that I did that I posted after Senkaimon came out. Those were recordings from throughout the week. I literally compiled it and then I just uploaded it like that. But on stream, for those that were there, shout out to you guys. Thanks. Thanks for showing up, because and come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, thanks for keeping me company. But I ended up pulling Chad. Chad clears this just fine. If you don't have a gold Chappie, Momo from Cowboys, do I feel like saying Cowboys Momo is kind of politically incorrect. Correct. But for those that are on like cowboy streams, you guys will know Momo. But she says that she used like a bait and pill, a hollow bait and a fortification pill, and then like a tension tie in order to maximize his damage, which honestly is really smart. Because even though he's a NAD character, like you have the Captain Killer advantage, you have the human affiliation and speed attribute. You could also use Halloween or Hime, but I think you need link slots to actually do this stage relatively easily with her, because she does have a range second strong attack, which sucks, and her nat is horrible. And if you go with like full strong attack recharge, you could probably get away with that, honestly. And he does have paralysis on everything, which is good. The problem that I see with that, like with the paralysis, honestly, is simply just because he doesn't have debilitator, so that definitely hurts him quite a bit. For me, I literally would just dodge, punch, and then I had like my Hojikusai and then this Rukia, just so that I could heal up 50%, more than 50% stamina each time, because I had what this, so 16, 32, 50. I would heal 84, no, 82% of my stamina between rounds. So there were some times where I would give up hits specifically just to get that last nat hit off with Chad. But those are pretty much the characters that I used. Obviously, you could use like a regular speed character with difficulty. If you have like a link slotted character that's a human or a speed attribute with Captain Killer, you could probably make do with that. Honestly, like I think that those should perform just fine. But yeah, I mean those are the characters I use. I hope this is able to help some people. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all know these guys grind on, catch 'em up, premium, stay blessed. We have quite a few days for Kaimon, and then yeah, I'm not gonna go over with the characters I use for this. I feel like that's just like no. Oh, plug for the Discord. Yo, link will be in the description. Feel free to join the Discord. We actually have, matter of fact, I can probably pull it up. Can I like do this? Is that a thing? Can I do that? Yeah, there we go. Chungus Arali. God damn it. All right. We actually have like an entire like setup for all the ordeal floors. Senkaimon strategies, I have 1 to 39 just because those are usually like the easier stages. I don't doubt that people are gonna have trouble with them, but if you have like a hollow, you should have speeds and Kaizen by now. I would recommend that you go for speeds and Kaizen if you're having trouble with Tower of Forging. Um, like I said, also have like for each floor, everyone talks about like who they use if they need help and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all know these guys grinding on catching up, hit me up, stay blessed. I wish you the best luck in your summons, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. And these are the characters I'm currently working on. Yes, I'm working on a dupe Hogyoku Aizen. Hold on to your dupes, guys. Like, if you can make use of them in Senkaimon, I would advise that you do so.